Thanks for joining us for day 3 of our virtual celebration of community impact. Once again, I'm Ryan Aroney, President and CEO of United Way of Greater Lorain County. One question we're getting right now is, do we have any idea what life will look like after COVID-19? And what is United Way doing to help respond to what those needs will be? In the short term, we're really looking at supporting the available resources that are in our community, both United Way services and other. Just really playing a supportive role and making sure we're connecting people to the resources that are available. And then also working to fill in gaps as needed. And we break that into short term and then long term. One thing we're really proud of is we've partnered with our local foundations. 8 organizations in total have come together to form the Lorain County Cares COVID-19 Response Fund. And this has different focus areas from education and youth to infrastructure to emergency assistance. And again, looking at it in a short-term need and how do we get money into the community immediately to fill these needs, but also planning for the long-term needs that we know will be coming in the later months as we start to move through the COVID-19 pandemic. Additionally, the long-term planning from a strict United Way perspective is how do we meet the needs once the supplemental assistance runs out, once the federal dollars and all the special services that have been provided in these unprecedented times, when those start to run out, we know that the need is still going to be there. One of the ways that we're able to do that is through the United Community Assistance Network, which we call UCAN. UCAN is one of the 11 community collaboratives that's powered by United Way of Greater Lorain County. It provides emergency financial assistance to people in need during a short-term crisis. For us, typically a short-term crisis would be when somebody misses a paycheck, maybe they're out of work and they don't have paid medical leave. And if they're living paycheck to paycheck, that one missed week really can put them into a spiral. And so we're able to step in and leverage a network of social service agencies across Lorain County to be a one-stop shop for that person where we can get them everything they need by leveraging the resources that are available at those agencies and also dipping into a pool of United Way funds to help fill every need and everything that they need while then providing them with case management to get back on their feet. Well, of course, this isn't a normal situation. And when a short-term crisis could mean one person being out of work for 1 week because of unpaid medical leave, a crisis could also be a global health pandemic, and obviously that's what we're going through now. So we're anticipating that the needs through UCAN are going to expand exponentially, both in numbers of people who are served, but also the dollar amounts that are needed. Typically, when we help a person who's gone through that short-term financial crisis, the average amount that we spend is around $620 to save that family from losing their home, to keep their utilities on, to make sure that they're strong and that they're together as a family. And when we help people, it works. Over 95% of the people we've helped over the 6 years of UCAN have not needed to come back for help within 13 months, which means they don't have to rely on the UCAN funds as part of their normal system to stay stable and to balance their budget throughout the year. So now, in the midst of COVID-19, we're expecting that the average cost will go up. Thankfully, we have freezes on evictions and we have freezes on utility shutoffs, but eventually those bills will become due. And that's where we're planning in the long term, into the summer and even into the fall, for UCAN to be able to step up and help get people back on their feet and get back to level. Now, if we're being honest, this will be a big challenge for United Way. Looking ahead, how do we meet these increasing needs at a time when the economy is down and fundraising events are being canceled? So the support of our donors, all of you, all of our existing supporters, has allowed us to build this system that is prepared to respond to a crisis. And we do this work every day, whether that crisis is for one person who missed a paycheck because they didn't have paid medical leave, or it's a global pandemic, we're positioned to respond because we've been able to create this system through UCAN, through our community collaboratives, because of your support. Now our plans moving forward are to leverage this system to help those who've been displaced. And our call to action for those who are able is to think about giving a little extra this year to help us meet these new needs in these unprecedented times. And in fact, you'll hear about a creative idea we have coming up a little later today. Now, as we're able to start coming back together again in person, we'll also have a lot of volunteer opportunities to assist in the recovery of COVID-19, but also to sustain the amazing work of our existing community collaboratives. With that, thank you again for joining us. Thank you for all of your support. And I'd like to leave with a preview of what you'll be hearing with the remainder of today's video. You're going to hear from our UCAN partners on how they're helping families now and the steps they're taking to prepare for the increased demand. You'll hear about an opportunity to pay it forward by making a gift as a gift to a friend or a loved one. And you'll hear how one of the newest retailers in our area is stepping up to support Lorain County.
Hi, I'm Maggie Flood, Executive Director of Oberlin Community Services. As part of the original group that helped to craft what UCAN would be and what it would look like, it was exciting to me to see how all of these nonprofits from around the county were coming together, acknowledging our common mission to serve vulnerable populations, to offer people a brighter future. As we've grown in understanding and respect for each other, the partnerships forged then have deepened. We continue to work together to address issues creatively as they arise, collaborating so that we can bring the very best to those we serve. I'm proud to be a part of UCAN. Thanks, United Way.
This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, today we're going to introduce you to the UCAN team. UCAN stands for United Community Assistance Network. This is a group of partner agencies and their staff who work together to help families in our community who are working households but have had a crisis that have made them come to an organization for some sort of assistance.
I'm Stacey Flack and I represent Salvation Army in the area.
And I'm Matt Brady, and I'm with the United Way of Greater Lorain County.
I'm Gloria Olivencia, and I'm with Neighborhood of Alliance in Lorain.
My name is Karen Wu. I'm with the Legal Aid Society of Cleveland.
I'm Daphne Yost. I'm with North Ridgeville Community Care.
I'm Rebecca Haywood, and I'm with Neighborhood Alliance in Lorain.
I'm Pam Wardzansky, and I'm with Avon Lake Community Resource Services.
I'm Kathy Burns. I'm with Oberlin Community Services.
I'm Christine Matusik-Plass with United Way of Greater Lorain County.
Hi, I'm Tasha Coker. I'm from the Salvation Army in Lorain.
I'm Tim Wright with Catholic Charities of Lorain.
So a lot of the people that we see here at Oberlin Community Services, it's somebody who's coming in who's had some type of crisis. Maybe they've actually had a baby and they're off on maternity leave for a couple of months and they're struggling paying their rent, but normally they work full time and support their family. Or a family who's had a medical crisis, had a couple recent families like that where the major breadwinners had a heart attack and has ended up in the hospital. Sometimes when meeting with somebody, they'll come in needing the one thing, but in just, finding out about their situation and talking to them a lot more, they could really use the help with something else. And, that is just so impactful because they're leaving with like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you were able to help me with this. I wasn't expecting this today, and they're just very grateful. And it's because of UCAN assistance that we're able to do that and make that really great impact.
It gives us flexibility because a lot of times we'll have funds, but they're very specific what they can be used for and how that, income can be spent. And with UCAN, it a lot of times can fill in the gaps.
With the availability of UCAN funds, we are able to help them in a way that really gets them out of that crisis. It gets them back to, a place where they're able to move forward and get control of their expenses again.
I feel like it's made my work a little bit more streamlined and efficient. It's really easy, I think, to just send random emails, but not necessarily have a face to that agency or to that email, and now I do. And so as a result, I can get things done that much faster.
I know that being at the homeless shelter, a lot of things come as far as fees or that my clients need to pay, and I can bring it to the group, ask about it, and I usually get a yes. Well, I think I always get a yes, but what I need to do to help the clients.
I like the brainstorming when we're all emailing each other and maybe I have a problem or I don't know how to solve a problem. You know, I get 8 or 9 different views of what to do, or maybe questions that I need to ask that maybe I didn't think of. Make me work a little harder to find the answer and to be able to assist the client in the right way. I really like the collaboration that we have and the partnership and the friendship because we all work as almost like a family.
You guys don't spend a penny that isn't well spent, and boy, you have the stories that back it up. The due diligence you all do before you agree to assist is tremendous. We see hardworking families that are doing their best every single day, and to be able to offer them a little bit of hope, but have all of you in the room doing that. So one thing comes to mind, Gloria, you might have been working with a family that is headed for the shelter, 7-person family, and you don't have 7 beds. So you're talking to the case managers, people, we can't put this family in shelter because we don't have the room. How can we keep them out of shelter? And that involves legal aid sometimes, that involves cash assistance, but that also involves case management, getting other systems involved. To me, that's the beauty, right? We know what our system can handle. It can't handle more people in a shelter, can it? Got to keep those people out of shelter, but not stopping there. Really giving them deeper, broader services that changes their life over time, not just avoids the shelter at this one time. So I'd like to hear from you all what you've seen as a result of COVID-19.
People who never thought they'd be in this situation, that have always been able to provide for their family, are coming, asking for help, and it's a bit of a hit to their pride to ask for food, but we're just trying to be as encouraging as we can to let them know that we're there for them and that we're all in this together.
New people calling for utilities. Every day, new people.
And even though the utilities put moratoriums on shut-offs, people don't want to get shut off. You know, people who, you know, the bill is due on the 20th, I want to be able to pay it by the 20th. They're just not used to being in that situation where I can't pay this bill. And a lot of people are scared, and a lot of people they haven't received unemployment yet. They just don't know what, you know, how are they going to pay their rent in May? How are they going to pay the utilities in May?
I think here in shelter for us, you know, part of the issue that we're dealing with is we may have some working families here in shelter, but it's hard to get them housed now because everything is shut down. So people need an ID, the DMV is closed, Social Security. So that's where we're running into issues. Is sometimes trying to house families. Everything is working very slowly, if at all, and it really kind of slows down the process for us trying to work with these families and move them through our shelter and get them out into permanent housing.
So we've been putting together an online application for UCAN. This application has typically been an in-person application that needs to be submitted in paper, but what we've been doing right now, for first and foremost for the COVID-19 times when you can't really have those face-to-face interactions, and then for going forward in the future as well, so that there can be an easier way to apply for people who maybe can't get out of their house or they just can't make it into the office.
I wanted to say something that is kind of on a different light. I've noticed people that have been helped previously through UCAN and some of our different funds, and they are calling asking how they can give back. So we've had people, you know, show up with food, you know, to donate in monetary amounts, and they will share their stories of, you know, how we helped them in the past, and they now want to give forward to other people that were in a situation that they were in before.
Going on along with what Stacy said, yeah, we've had a lot of people donating their stimulus checks. You know, we don't need this, but here, give this to somebody who does need it. And that's been very, very neat to see. Sure.
The response has been really overwhelming and heartwarming, and it's people are supporting us, and we really appreciate that.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn again, the radio voice of the Cleveland Cavaliers. As we emerge from the crisis phase of the COVID-19 pandemic, the ripple effects of the life-saving precautions taken to limit social interaction will be numerous and long-lasting. And when the temporary freezes on due dates are removed and special short-term assistance efforts run out, we know that individual families will be tasked with putting the pieces of their life back together, step by step, as the world at large hurries back to what will be a new normal. We also know that we have seen incredible generosity within our community from those who have been fortunate enough to retain stability during these unprecedented times. For that reason, we wanted to come up with a way for our community to join us in looking to the future by using the United Community Assistance Network of 9 social service agency partners who will take on a key role in getting families back on their feet in the coming months. If you didn't get a chance to see the stories of our UCAN Community Collaborative, we'd recommend that you check them out. These caseworkers tell a compelling story of how they work together to help families navigate available resources while using the United Way to help fill in the gap if an additional need exists. Through this system, we've helped thousands of families catch up and stay in their homes, and 95% of all the people we've helped have remained financially stable.
So today, we're introducing another way for you to pay it forward, by giving a gift as a gift. If someone has helped you through a difficult time, or has an upcoming celebration, we ask that you consider making a gift in their honor to support local families through the United Community Assistance Network. We'll give you e-cards that you can share with them. To give a gift as a gift, visit uwloraincounty.org/payitforward. I'm certain that I'll take advantage of this, and I hope that you'll join me.
I have an upcoming celebration in my family. My father will be turning 90 years old this summer. My mother, she has since passed, would have turned 90 this summer as well. So in celebration of their respective 90th birthdays, I will pledge $90. And if you'd like to just give a gift to support families overcoming a financial crisis, visit uwloraincounty.org/giveyoucan. Again, that is uwloraincounty.org/giveyoucan. Thank you. The Live United Award recognizes exemplary corporate leadership, dedication, and community involvement that betters lives throughout Lorain County, particularly in ways that are creative, new, and unexpected. The 2019-2020 Live United Award goes to Meyer. This year's winner is new to Lorain County and wasted no time before asking, how can we help? Beyond raising nearly $10,000 in employee contributions during their first year in Lorain County, and that's before their second store has even opened, the team at Meyer sponsored United Way's Volunteer Engagement Hub grant reopening, and Cassandra Robinson, the store director of the upcoming Lorain store, has even become a tax prep volunteer. And as the past few weeks have spiraled into crisis for families throughout our community, Meyer stepped up once again by donating $13,000 to be used as part of COVID-19 relief efforts. Our gratitude for this support is overwhelming, on top of our appreciation for the key role that Meyer is playing in making sure our community can safely shop for groceries and essential needs. Welcome to Lorain County, Meyer.
My name is Cassandra Robinson. I'm the store director at the Meyer in Lorain. And I have been involved with United Way since we came to this area in October. And the reason why we want to give to our community is that Meyer believes in giving back to the communities in which we have our stores. And we want to make the communities better, than when we found them. We had some great experiences. We really loved opening up the Recycle Center at the United Way in Lorraine. And we participated by sorting books, clothing, and then I also volunteer my time doing tax returns at the Elyria Public Library.